Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys another Boruto 2 Blue Vortex discussion. Today, I want to talk to you guys about the rather interesting scene that we got in the last Boruto manga chapter where the Shinjuu, who looks like Bug, is shown not only aware of Ada spying on them with her Rinnegan, but at one point, he's also flat out stating that the person he wants to target is Ada. And in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about why this new development that we have right here should actually be one that excites you as a fan of the series because of the seeds that are actually being set for it. Yes, as in a set of seeds, as in a pair of seeds for a pair of confrontations that have been a long time coming, and we are finally going to start getting a payoff for things that were set up in Boruto Naruto Next Generations that you might have missed. So here's the thing. Ada getting spooked in the way that she did in this chapter is a big deal for a few reasons. Up until this point in time, when she's used her Rinnegan powers, she's been able to sit back and passively watch things that are occurring in real time without any real ramifications. The world was her television set and there weren't any problems. If she spied on someone's private moments, because they never knew that she was watching her, and they never knew when she would be watching her, because she could just go back into time and watch whatever scene she wanted whenever she got bored, because that's how her powers work. It allows for her to be the ultimate info gathering weapon to be used for her own personal gain, or as she is currently, she's gathering intel to share with Konoha as a part of her condition to stay there under the care of the Hokage, and so she can get closer to Kawaki. Ada's Rinnegan power is easily one of the most broken powers that we have in the series, even though it isn't the sexiest jutsu because it doesn't have the shiny red eyes like the Sharingan that can evolve into a Mangekyo Sharingan, that have powers like making that Susanoo that can destroy mountain ranges or shoot out black flames that never go out. It's not the Rinnegan, which has the destructive power to blow up entire villages. It's not a Jojutsu with the power of extreme destructive capability that fans have been clamoring for, because it is a dojutsu that is more fitting for what a shinobi is. It is subtle, it is secretive, and it's best used for gathering intel, which in the world of shinobi, having intel is vital because having intel means prep time. Prep time means that you can swiftly take down your enemy or have a good enough assessment of the enemy that you aren't constantly reacting, and instead you have the opportunity to coolly assess the situation and come up with a counter plan when something new unexpected happens while maintaining your composure. It is the difference between life and death. Intel, like it is in our own world, it is gold in the world of Naruto. That is what made her dojutsu so overpowered. Unless you figured out a secret way around it, like say using the Yamanaka clan's hidden jutsu to speak telepathically to people, or you shrink yourself down so small that Ada can't see you like she found out when Kawaki did this. There are no secrets that can be kept from Ada when it comes to most people. She is always watching, which is why this scene is so important. Ada went from seemingly unstoppable with intel gathering capabilities to now she knows that she can be watched, in the sense that every time she uses this power, the Shinjuu, who looks like Bug, is aware of what she's doing. We don't know the specifics on how he's able to do this. This could be something like, say, a Rinnegan power that is associated directly with the outer path, or because the Rinnegan's coming directly from the god tree itself, it might be something different that allows him to be aware of Ada's presence. At first, when I saw the leaks, I thought maybe he was doing what Shikamaru did, speaking openly and plainly, with the assumption being that Ada was watching and listening. But in the chapter, the way that Bug's eyes directly and immediately shift to her and he walks over to where she would have been sitting had she been sitting in that room, it is a clear sign he knew exactly where she had projected herself in that moment. And the way that he leans in to say that she will be his target is huge, because that essentially puts her on notice and lets her know that it's green light season when it comes to Ada. This was the first time that we saw Ada visibly shaken by what's actually happened, and it's one of the first times that you can tell Ada isn't just scared, but she's both disgusted and terrified. It's something we've never seen with her before in the manga, and I think it is important because it opens up the door to placing limits on her using her Rinnegan eye. Ada has been essentially kneecapped by the plot to allow for more tension, because it creates the opportunity for more dramatic irony, which is where there will be situations that occur with the Shinjuu that the characters in universe don't know about, but we as the audience, we will know, because there's a chance that Ada won't be so quick to use her rinnegan now that she knows that there could be potential risk. This also pays off something we were told when we first met Ada. It doesn't matter that she has all this ninja tech inside of her body to amp her power, because she doesn't have the skill in taijutsu to effectively use it, making her useless in battle. I've likened it to something that will piss off people who still want to downplay Sakura, regardless as to whatever information you give them. They still want to say, oh, Sakura's like barely at a Jonin level, she ain't that strong. Boruto era Sakura, despite your feelings, when she uses her Byakugo seal, is stronger than healthy Nagato or Sage Mode Kabuto who fought against Itachi. But she loses those fights 9 times out of 10 against each of them if the fights occur and everyone's in character, because she doesn't have the skill to beat them in a fight, despite having all that chakra inside of her Byakugo seal that can be used to amp up her physical strength. It doesn't matter that she has all that power. It does not matter that using the Byakugo seal at full power puts her at 1/3 of 6-pass Sage Mode Naruto, because she isn't skilled enough to land that hit on her own. And nobody is going to sit there and let her walk up to them and hit them with a fully powered hit that will make their heads explode. Ada, for the same reason, is a liability, which means that her brother Daemon is going to have to step in, and that's exactly why in this manga chapter we saw Daemon be the first person to react to Ada when she felt threatened. In Boruto Naruto Next Generations chapter 80, we learned that Daemon has never fought anyone at full power before, and that he was excited about the possibility of being able to fight at 100% if Boruto came back strong enough. We might very well see that fight where Daemon goes full power, but it won't be in the way that we want it. It'll be because Daemon is forced to fight to defend his sister from the Shinjuu who looks like Bug. And it's worth noting, Code is also still out there. Granted, Code on his own isn't strong enough to take down Daemon, but if Daemon is, say, distracted in battle, all it takes is one off-guard moment and the whole situation changes, particularly if Daemon's palms aren't touching someone, which means that he can't reflect any attacks that are coming as a sneak attack. Things are about to get very interesting here, because look at what eating fodder like Moegi and Bug did. It leveled the Shinjuu who were born out of their chakra up to a point where they are pressuring a base Boruto, someone who is stronger than Jigen but weaker than Ishiki, when Boruto is fighting them. Imagine what happens if one of these things successfully is able to bite Daemon and turn Daemon into a Shinjuu. It now becomes a monster scenario where nobody can actually hope to stop them. We are heading towards some really good conflict here, and this entire scene is paying off so much of what was set up in Boruto Naruto Next Generations. Following that moment where Ada was unsealed, now that we had the opportunity for what seems like a mere passive throwaway set of lines to be something that actually leads to real payoff and relevant information that makes us go back to those older chapters and see just how far in advance everything was thought out, or how things that we didn't think were actually connected are being connected retroactively, which makes a reread of any series that much more fun when you can go back and look specifically at all the connective tissue. It's one of the joys of reading ongoing manga. When you get moments like this, you go back and you see how everything was connected prior, which, as a side note, is one of the things I love so much about One Piece and Black Clover and Jujutsu Kaisen, which, if you're curious about my thoughts on either of those series, head over to my One Piece channel, Straw Hat KRYPTONIAN Saiyan, or head over to my anime channel, KRYPTONIAN Saiyan, where I talk about other non-Naruto content, which links to those will be found on the homepage of Naruto Explained.